I just wanted to give an update to everyone first of all. We've got 36 fires happening across Queensland at the moment. I want to thank everybody for the extraordinary efforts that they've been putting in place. As everyone knows, last night parts of Taunton were evacuated, and I was able to come and meet some of the residents here today. They're getting a lot of information and they're being very well looked after. And of course, information is the key. We've got 11 aircraft at the moment currently overhead, making sure they can do everything that they possibly can to contain the fire. And we don't want people going home yet until we've done the line scans to make sure that we're definitely sure that it's safe. And as we know, these fires can change and move quickly. It's very dry at the moment. The winds are going to pick up this afternoon. So we're asking people to be patient and to make sure that they listen to the media and listen to the ABC and make sure that they are getting the information that they need. Some residents were concerned about what is happening to their properties at home. I can assure people that there are many police on the ground making sure that there is no looting that is happening. People need to stay away from that area until it is safe to return. We're also seeing a lot of significant bushfire activity around Lower Beachmont, of course Tyrone and to Thornton as well. So I'll get the Acting Commissioner to give everyone an update about what's happening across the state, but I just want to reassure the community that our emergency services personnel, our firefighters, our volunteers are doing absolutely everything that they can to ensure people are safe. Safety is the #1 concern here. We want to make sure that people get the information they need and they go back home when it is safe to do so. So I'll ask Acting Fire Commissioner Mike to give an update, and I also want to thank the Mayor, Tony Wellington, and the local member, Sandy Bolton, for being here as well. They've been keeping the community up to date. They're doing a great job making sure that the spirit of this local community is well, and it's a great community. It's lovely to be here today to just see how people are going. So I'll hand over to Mike.
Thank you, Premier. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. So as you've heard from the Premier, we've got 36 fires across the state at the moment. The conditions were extreme to severe conditions yesterday. Really pleased the fact that we've been able to keep that fire number down to that level. It's been, in saying that, we're not out of the woods yet. Today the temperature's moderated in many parts of southeast Queensland, but what we're seeing is those severe conditions now moving into central Queensland, and we've got a number of fires up there that have been well managed at the moment and no immediate community threats, but a tough day in central Queensland today as these conditions move further north. Having said that, in terms of the fires we've currently got here in Taunton and Noosa and Coolabah, all of those fires, they're currently not running, which is really good for us. We're currently doing the assessments in terms of where those fires are exactly at and making sure that our aircraft, our firefighters are making sure that that fire remains contained. But today's still a tough day. Still very dry. We've still got those sort of fluky coastal winds. Any fires that we've got along the coastal area, really fluky winds. But we've mainly got southwest winds, which is what we want over the next couple of days. But we get coastal sea breezes, and that makes it really difficult for our firefighters on the ground. But we've got lots of aircraft, lots of resources. We've got incident management team personnel working really closely with police, council, all of our partners. The conditions will moderate onto Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday again we're into high temperatures again and windy conditions again. So our key message to people that aren't in immediate areas of fire impact is to remain vigilant, and please help us to make sure that we don't have new fires start, and remain vigilant. Look after your family, look after your neighbours, look after those within your local community, because we've got still a long way ahead for us to go.
Mayor?
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to congratulate once again the Noosa community on the way it's handled itself in the face of this particular disaster. Certainly the community has really pulled together. It shows how resilient we are, and really resilience is very much based upon compassion and care. And what we're seeing here is both the business community and the resident community really pulling together to make this operation work effectively and to make sure everyone is safe. In terms of safety, I'm very pleased to say there have been no deaths and no really significant injuries as a result of this event. I believe one firefighting personnel has received a broken limb, but beyond that, I'm pleased to say there is no major injury. We are aware of at least one property that has burnt and a number of sheds and vehicles. But considering the ferocity yesterday and the variable winds, that's a pretty incredible outcome. And I think when eventually the areas are opened up and people can see how close these fires came to property, they'll be aware of what an incredible job the firefighting team did and what a fantastic job the police are still doing to keep the community safe. Thank you very much. I'll hand over to Sandy Bolton, member for Noosa.
Thanks,
There's so much that can be said, but mainly I want to thank everyone involved. This has been a very difficult 24 hours. All the frontliners, the incredible efforts, once again, as we saw in Peregian, they go above and beyond, all the volunteers. But I want to thank so much everybody out there who has been fabulous on social media. We've tried to get information out as soon as we've been able to, and the volume of shares, but also tagging people and those in affected areas has been of enormous help. So please keep that up, keep the information flowing, and we'll keep everyone safe. Thank you.
Thanks. And the other thing I just want to add too is that, look, I met many people today, and I was just talking to Jenny, and Jenny's very emotionally upset as well. So I know that this does have an emotional impact on people, and we'll make sure that there is the appropriate counselling that people will need, because when they actually have to suddenly just get up and leave all of their home and belongings, it can be very distressful. So we want to make sure that they get any help that they need as well.